Evening lifers. Lieutenant Brigadier Major General PJ here, made up rank, and welcome to another episode of From Ruined to Refreshed. And I have a story to tell. Cue the music. 3 months ago, a crack restoration unit was sent to Die-Cast hell by a modeller's court for a crime they didn't commit. This team of cartoon characters promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade into the swaddling coat underground. Today, still wanted by the Illuminati. A survivors restores a fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the MLM team. It's a bit loud, it's just for effect really, because this is just a piece of cardboard. You know, I don't smoke even. Let's have a look what's on the turntable. Okay folks, why all the theatrical drama? Well, here we go. I've got this Corgi made in China police van. That's all I can tell you. There are no other markings on it. Can't tell you what it's supposed to represent, what model it is, what number it is, anything like that. I've got nothing. But as a founding member, if you like, of the Beefeaters, we set ourselves a number of challenges to complete over the coming months. I'm not going to tell you what this challenge was. I'll let you figure that one out at a later date. But I misinterpreted, if you like, the challenge. And I got myself on a track of what I wanted to do with this vehicle, and just getting some clarification, that's not what we were intending to do. However, I want to follow through on that idea. So, this isn't a ruined to refreshed. This isn't a ruined to restored. This is a tribute based on a vehicle that probably looks nothing like the original, which is a GMC van. I've no idea what this van is. It may have a registration number on the back there, I can barely make it out. But we're going to do a tribute to the GMC 18 van. So what have we done so far? Okay, I've drilled and tapped the holes, or the posts. So let's take them off. And as I say, I'd already started down a track, so we're playing catch up a bit on this. The plastic interior and the plastic windscreen dropped out with no problem. I went out and I brought a couple of packs of Hot Wheels, and there were 3 vehicles in the pack, and I brought 2 of them because I wanted the matching wheels. So these are the wheels I'm going to be using to replace these ones. Let's get something that's a bit more pointy. Yeah, I'm going to be replacing these axles and wheels with this set of axles and wheels. Now, as I say, this is a tribute. It is not a accurate representation. So bear with me on this. with the Dremel, and I'll get the pointy accessory tool that I used, if I can find it. And indeed I can. And we'll put it back in. Okay, so we're using the my favourite restorers tool at the moment, the Dremel Micro. I use this little grinding accessory for a lot of work on doing restorations. So let's put that to one side for a moment. Let's put that to one side, that and these, and remove that axle that I've already dealt with. And I'm hoping that you can make out this plastic retainer. Over the history of die-cast models, this type of retainer has changed from like a leaf spring effect to a metal clamp to a plastic clamp. So I guess the idea is the newer the model, the cheaper they want to make producing these models, so plastic comes into its own. So what I've done is to grind out the back axle, and we'll do the front axle. See if we can get actually I think we may need a bit more, but we'll give it a go. Wow, yeah, that came out first go. Need to retrieve that. So there we go, there's both axles removed without causing too much damage to the chassis. And what I'm hoping to replace them with, and I say hoping because things can go wrong further down the line, is these from this Hot Wheels vehicle that I've basically destroyed. It cost me £3.50 for this pack of 3 Hot Wheels toys, so if this works out I'll not be too disappointed. So let's just put that on something to lift it off the ground. Let's see if we can find a bit of something. Bear with me a moment. Got a little pot here. Put that on there. Let's move those out of the way. We won't be using those. Let's put the plastic parts back together. And we'll try and gently put this together without it all falling to pieces, because I just want to give a... Yeah, that didn't go as well as I thought it was going to go. Let's put that to one side. What a totally amateurish effort we're making here. It would help, I guess, if I stuck these in. We'll probably be using some super glue and baking soda, or as my friend Juan has demoed on his site, you can also use iron filings, the remnants of grinding off metal from doing restorations. He keeps them in a pot. So that's a great tip. Not something I've got enough material to use at the moment, but I do recommend watching one at Matchbox Resurrections. So there we go. There's the idea for the wheels. Now, again, referring to something I learned from one, is I'm going to use a grinder and extend these wheel arches. So that will be that. What I've also done is to use some scrap. Let me show you what I've been using. I've got enough left. I've got a couple of Airfix models that I've used kit from to create fabrications, and what I've done in this instance is to make the rear spoiler with a bit of Airfix kit. There we go. So that hopefully will sit on the back. This is all in pre-build mode. We're just fabricating at the moment. So that gives us the, as I say, the rear spoiler. Perhaps actually the wrong way around, but at this moment it doesn't really matter. We've still got to paint it and what have you. So that's that. And I had delivered. When you're first learning how to do this kind of hobby, you will make mistakes. And one of my mistakes was to order some hat pins. And these hat pins were advertised at 1mm and 1.5mm, and when I got them, they were nothing like that whatsoever. So you can use, if you want to do some fabrication with a metal, you can use a hat pin, you can use a pop rivet, you can use, let me have a look what else I've got here. Split pins, and the rest is down to your imagination, really. So I've taken this one of these hat pins, I've got a couple of different sizes, and shaped them into what looks like a bull bar. So that will sit on the front. So already we're getting the impression, I hope, in my humble opinion, the impression of the A-Team GMC van. So that will sit on the back. The bull bars will sit on the front. It's difficult to hold this all together without it falling to pieces, but you get the general idea, or the general gist of it. I've got to make some further bars to attach to this bull bar to make it look right, and then probably have to spray it. So there's the bull bars. There is the spoiler. I have been to one of my local hobby shops and found, crikey, a grown man who's plus 50, going into a DIY shop and asking for gemstones. What we do for this hobby, good grief. Let's see if I can get this open even. It might be sellotape shut. I've not opened this yet, and I don't want it going all over the floor. Well, this is not going to end well, I feel it now. I do see. Being over 50 also means your eyesight is shot to, well, you know. There we go. So yeah, gemstones. But as you can see, what I have managed to find is these, if I can grab one, amber gemstones. And we're going to mount these as spotlights. So we've got amber, drop that back in, and we have got clear. So we can either put them on the front, the roof, and I'll, you know, as I say, this is a tribute. This is not a replica of the original van. This is my tribute to it. I remember watching this series as a kid when I just left school. Used to love the A-Team, and I just fancied having a go at doing something similar. So let's put that to one side for a moment. So we've got the wheels, potentially the spoiler, how we're going to do the bull bar, the materials we're going to be using. What else can I show you? I've been going around collecting a lot of these gemstones, so let's just grab what I have managed to get together, and still haven't got what I was looking for, to be fair. So these two packs I got from the works. Sorry, these two packs I got from the range. These 6 packs, crikey, I wish I had one of them. These all came from Amazon. And as you can see, there is a multiple type and style of stick-on gemstones. So the range, Amazon, and these other packs I managed to get from the works, and I'm pretty sure if you're in the UK you know of a shop called the Works. They sell books, they sell craft and hobby materials, they sell games, colouring books, story books, you name it. They're the least likely place to have exactly what you're looking for, but when you go in you find exactly what you're looking for. So there you go, Amazon, the range and the works. We'll put them out of the way. There's another pack there, but you've got the idea of what we've been doing. So what are we going to do? The next thing will be to strip this body. I will drill and tap it. You've seen me do that before. You've seen the pillar drill that we've invested in. It's only a dismounted version, but it does the job. We'll get some screws put in. The wheels, I don't know whether or not I want to just add some extra detail to the spokes of this wheel to colour them in. I may or may not do that. I haven't decided yet. The chassis is fine. It's just a plastic chassis. The seats inside, they're fine. The windscreen needs good clean and polish. That's not a problem. We can get that done. And then the rest of it will be spraying and detailing. The interesting part will be when I come to masking this off, because that's almost like an anthracite colour across the top and then black across the bottom with the familiar red stripe that goes to the rear spoiler. So as you can see at the moment, the this red stripe for the police logo, that needs to be put onto the spoiler. That's the same sort of colour really. So there you go, my friends and lifers. We're going to have a go at doing our tribute to the A-Team. So we'll catch you when we're stripping the paint off the chassis. So we'll catch you in a few. Cheers, folks. Okay folks, welcome back to the lab, and here we are with the body of our police van. Get that put into our jar. Add some boiling water. And wearing our PPE, we'll add our caustic soda. Let's just get the scraper out of the remnants with that. As always, once you've used any of these jars or measuring cups, wash them out. Caustic soda is fairly lethal. Anyway, let's give that a stir. And we'll leave that for 15 minutes to half an hour. And we'll meet back at the desk and see what the results are. So I'll catch you later. Cheers. Welcome back folks to this build update on our police van A-Team custom build. As I said, this is just a theme. It's not a make this as accurate as possible. So as you can see, we're back from dipping the body in the caustic soda, and it was interesting on this one. It didn't actually strip it so much as loosen what almost looked like a vinyl wrap. So a different kind of top coat or paint job. Yeah, bizarre to be honest. Anyway, we've got it off. It's been cleaned up with the Dremel. So that is that. What I thought I'd show you is the Hot Wheels. This is a Project Speeder 2013 from Mattel, made in Malaysia. I think I ought to give it a shout out before I completely demolish it. But I got these. I got 3 of these in a pack. Sorry, I got 3 different ones in a pack. This was one model, so I brought 2 packs. So I got 2 identical vehicles, and purely because I wanted these wheels. I think these wheels look really smart. So let's pop the rivets off these. Why I'm being a bit brutal with this car, I appreciate that, but with a lot of these little fabrication projects, nothing will go to waste. Even the body might be used to create a monster truck or something at some point in the future. That should be that popped, and that should be that end. And there we go. And just to confirm that, I've actually used this interior on another project where I've used, I'm going to be using the engine, and I'm going to be using the front bumper on another vehicle, on a custom vehicle. So you'll see that in another episode. So let's put those to one side. Okay, so where does this leave us? This leaves us with removing the axles from this Project Speeder. So we'll use our grinder and our Dremel, and we'll just open up these clips and remove the axles. There's two. So, where does that leave us now? I'm taking the bigger pair of wheels, and what we'll do is to put those into our police van chassis, and we'll probably end up using some baking soda and super glue. Words are failing me today. And they will sit, hopefully, in there like that. Now, what I am going to do is, once I've glued these in place, I can then offer these up to the van, because at the moment there's too much movement, and we're going to have to grind back some of this wheel arch, just so that they'll sit in and spin. So there's no point building a vehicle if the wheels aren't going to work. So next job, let's get these put in place. I'll come back when I'm ready to glue them. I've just got to do a bit of measuring and a bit of grinding. It's just the opposite of what I've just done. We're building these mounts back up to receive these axles and wheels, and we're just going to drop some glue over the top of it. So I'll catch you once I've got these ready to put back on the chassis. Cheers. Okay, welcome back folks, and we're in a position to put our wheels and axles onto this chassis. So fairly simple procedure, to be honest. It's not rocket science. Push these in. It's not rocket science, is it? I always come back to biting the butt when you say something like that. So get them into a place where you're ready to glue them. I'm going to drop blob of super glue over there if it comes out. And then just a tad of baking soda. But what I want to do, even though those axles have now been sealed in place, I want to just keep turning the wheels so to ensure that they don't get super glued. And that looks good. Yep, they're turning. They're going to be a bit tight. They're not the, you know, they're not the wheels for this chassis, but it's more for show than anything else. But now what we can do is properly offer this up to the van, and we can see that we've got quite a bit of space now, if that hasn't locked in place. Can't risk it with this super glue. Me being a bit heavy handed, I think. But we have got some clearance around the wheel on both sides. Yeah, that's spinning. That one does want to glue itself in place. Okay, I'm going to have to keep my eye on this one for a bit. However, so we're going to do exactly the same thing with the rear. So let's get that put in, and this time we're just going to drop a blob of super glue in the centre. We don't need to go too mad. Super glue and baking soda. Yeah, they're a lot easier. So there we go. Obviously once these are put back in place, you'll never know that they're any different. That's turning freely enough, and so is that one. May just have to do a bit of work on easing these two up at the front, especially that at least. Yeah, these are fine. These are a bit stiffer. They're turning freely enough, but quite tight. But we'll work them in. They're working eventually. So, where does that leave us? That leaves us with our van wheels. They're not, you know, authentic. They're not accurate, strictly accurate. But this is a themed custom build, as I've said, just to see if we can make this police vehicle a little more interesting. And there we go. The next thing will be to drill and tap the posts. We can then get this primed. Not a lot of work to do to the windscreen. It just wants a bit of a polish. The interior's fine, don't need to do anything with that. So that's that. So you've seen me tap screws and drill and tap screws before, so I might include a couple of shots of that, but it's pretty straightforward stuff. So failing that, we'll catch up with you at prime time. Catch you later. Cheers. Welcome back, folks, with another build update. As you can see, we've got the body of the van in our little vise, and we're going to drill the post holes. That's good enough. Welcome back to the workshop, folks, and after much pottering about and fettling the posts on this van, we managed to break off a drill bit. Took a hell of a job to get it out, but done now. I have finished it off and tapped it, so it's now prime time. I'm going to give this too heavier a coat. We will be going over this with black, so we'll leave that to dry for half an hour, and then we'll come back and give it a top coat. So catch you in a few. Cheers. Okay, welcome back, folks. So here we go with our top coat. I'm using the BMW Black Sapphire. So this is going to take a couple of coats. The next couple of coats I'll do off screen, and we'll catch you back at the desk. Cheers. Welcome back, folks, to another build update, and where we are with the A-Team Tribute van. So, after doing a couple of top coats and masking off the underlying black Sapphire BMW black, we've given it a coat of gunmetal grey. I'm nervous about how I'm going to do this stripe, but we'll come to that at some point. The spoiler has been painted red. So that will sit like so. Let's leave that on there for the time being. I've had to play about with these gemstones. At the moment they're stuck to a piece of spur from an Airfix kit, but what I might do is, this was just a test piece, I might get another spur, spray it gunmetal, and then slice each of these off once I've stuck them to it, so that they can sit individually on top of the roof. So that's that. And what we're just about to do, and are in the process of, is creating the bull bar. So I have used some split pins to create the mounting bars. As I said, these hat pins I've used to create the actual grill, if you like, itself, and we're about ready to hopefully glue this in place. I'm going to do this on camera, it's bound to go wrong, so we'll get a small amount of baking soda ready. And we'll drop a blob of glue onto one section. What I don't want to end up doing is sticking the whole damn thing to the top of this can top. Which I now fear I'm going to do. Put some baking soda over the top. And if I can get one piece done, that will make it a heck of a lot easier. We'll just lift that. Not too bad. So now, that'll make it easier for doing the other side. So I'm going to get this bit done, then we'll get it sprayed up and filed, and we'll have a see what it looks like. Ready to put onto the van, I hope, and also mount our lights. Oh, also I've got to do the stripe on the side of the van. So there we are, that's what we're up to, that's where we are, and I'll catch you in the next build update. Cheers. Welcome back folks to the reveal, and here we go with my little tribute and a bit of a theme to the A-Team. So we took a pretty plain looking police van, stripped it all back, changed the wheels, we made a spoiler out of Airfix kit, added a few gems, added a bull bar. Give it a three-tone paint job, which was tricky in itself. Had a bit of fun with this one. It's not authentic, it's not accurate, it's just a themed model, and I think it's certainly improved the look of what it was when we first started. So hope you like this one. Like I say, it's a bit of fun, this one is. And thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers, it means the world to me. And we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers folks.